Is the fifth day of the new year. Thank you for joining me again today. And we are doing lives on how to harness the New Year's energy. Harness the New Year's energy for the entire year. How you are intentional with the month of January, it can really create an amazing momentum for the rest of the year. But you have to be very intentional with all that you do. Today we're going to be talking about health. I'm so excited to be talking to you about health. I feel like I'm on a high because of the New Year energy. There's so much hope and excitement and positivity. The possibilities are endless. If you feel that too, type in the chat possibilities. I love this energy. Everyone is excited around the whole world, regardless of what is happening. Somehow, when you just change the calendar from one year to the next, it's just a renewed, refreshing, there's some magic. That's all I can say. It's like magic. There's some magic that. So today I want to talk to you about health. And these are things that you haven't really, it might not be anything new, but these would be great reminders. If you're anything like me, I need reminders throughout the day. We know so much information. We all have so much information. And now, with the way social media is, everyone's on it every time. We are bombarded by information. And it goes by so fast. I don't know about you, but I feel like there's so much information coming to me so quickly. How am I? How much of it am I really saving a lot of things? But it's been a couple of months and I still haven't gone back to anything. So today, so it's really important to get these reminders. And as we evolve and as we grow, the same information we take in differently because we're at a higher level of understanding and higher level of awareness, which makes a big difference. So thank you for joining me today. For those of you who don't know me yet, my name is Seema Giri. I am a multiple time entrepreneur, two prior multi-million dollar companies with my husband, one in project management, one in HR services and consulting. And now I help entrepreneurs shine their brilliance with their best-selling book. And I started with this people the transformational journeys in a book format so they can raise their credibility and authority and help impact many more lives, is because I went through my own transformational journey. I was bedridden for some time, and doctors had told me that be bedridden for life. And this was when my kids were younger. And I decided I'm not going to accept that. And I found a way to heal myself. And 24 years later, I am living the life that I want, a life by design. And there's so many people out there that need to know that they're not alone, and there's someone out there who's there, who understands what I've gone through. And the people that I service, the entrepreneurs that I service, are all women entrepreneurs who have gone through a transformational journey and a business in that area so they can save other people time, frustration, money of all the years that they had gone through. So we're all trying to help people lead a better life and make the world a better place by healing one person at a time. Because when we're all healthy, we can be a better version of ourselves and be more of service to everyone around us. And more importantly, we raise healthy kids. Healthy kids become healthy adults, and they can really truly focus on innovation and combining all of us together. So that is what I do. And so let's talk about health. Health is really the foundation. And as I shared with you, I was bedridden for luckily only a couple of months because of my can't think of the right word, because of my refusal to accept what was being told to me by experts. That's because I listened to my inner voice, my intuition, and it said, Seema, no, no, this, you're not going to be like this. And I just had a baby and I couldn't be like this. So I to this. I was so sick. I was sleeping all the time. I had so much inflammation. And still, the doctors were saying, you're a hypochondriac. There's really nothing wrong with you, because all the tests they were doing came back normal. So that is when my interest in, I was kind of forced to develop an interest in health and find a way to heal myself besides being on medication. I was on over 30 medications and still in chronic pain. And when I asked them, is it something that I'm issue? And they're like, no, no, no. This was back in the 90s, right? Mid 90s. And they said, no, no, nutrition has nothing to do with it. But luckily, I was surrounded by enough people who were smart, intelligent, and who had experience in nutrition and who had experience being had chronic pain and healed themselves through healthy lifestyle and healthy eating. And so I was taught the healthier way to eat. And once I did that, I got my life back. So that's why I'm so passionate about health, and really the foundation. Health is truly your biggest wealth, because if you don't have that, there's nothing else that we can do. And it all starts with, they say garbage in is garbage out. So what you're putting in your body, if it's not nurturing and healing, then you're not going to have the energy and the wherewithal to do the things that you want to. So, well, let's talk about EMT. Eat, move, and think differently from what you're doing right now. So if you're already leading a healthy life, there's still something that you can tweak to take yourself to the next level. So all we're talking about is, how do you take yourself from where you are to the next level? So we all know that we're supposed to eat lots of fruits and vegetables. Fruits really help cleanse the body and help rebuild your cells. So the American standard is that you should have at least 9 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables on a daily basis. That is really hard to do. That is really hard to eat, actually, right? I will be chomping away. What I have found is that if I put it in a soup form or in a smoothie form, then it's so much easier to eat and to take it in your body. Also, what I've known is that because we're from all different countries, our bodies are different. Even if you were born in the US, even if you were raised here and you're more acclimated to the American form of diet, our DNA still is carried from, from. So I've noticed that if you eat the kind of foods that your ancestors ate, and where you're originally from, that makes a huge difference as well. Last year, I was on such a kick, I was not able to release weight at all. No matter what I did, I already eat very healthy. I exercise regularly. I couldn't. I said to my doctor, I don't know what else to do. I've done marathons, so you have to go through special training for that and walk 13 miles. So you have to change your mindset and your whole way of thinking and eating and doing to do something like that. I don't know what else to do. So I went on, because I was diagnosed with 3 types of autoimmune disease: hypothyroid, rheumatoid arthritis, and fibromyalgia. I went on an autoimmune protocol diet, which means you barely eat anything. No seeds, no lentils. A lot of Indian foods were out for me. And that was really, really hard. So I was eating a lot of, leafy green vegetables, bone broth. things, no seeds, barely no spices. All I could have was turmeric, ginger, and garlic. And that was really, really hard for me. So I've incorporated the Indian food again. Of course, it's a lot less than before, but my body needed that. I just wasn't feeling good. So this, if you're on your health journey and you're not able to um, see any difference, try adding your ethnic or your original country food in as well and see if that makes a difference. So it's important the nutrition that we need from just what we're eating, because the quality of food is not as good anymore as it used to be in our grandparents' time. And there's a lot more things added to our food, particularly in the US. I've heard so much from Europe and other countries that they don't have half of the things in their food that is added, what is added over here. So you have to be really, really careful on what you're putting in. So if you can eliminate processed foods altogether, then that would be really, really good. So if I know processed foods, it's hard to eliminate everything, things forever. But once you start reducing, so I came up with a 3R formula: reduce, remove, or realign. So you start by reducing things, reducing the foods, and don't start reducing all the food that you're eating right now at once. Start by removing one thing at a time. Just remove one thing at a time until you successfully have reduced it or removed it out of your diet. And you won't even miss it anymore. I promise you, if you do this long enough, at least 21 days and 30 days to really, you won't miss it. Reduce your sugars. Those are the biggest factors that will make a high impact in your energy level, in the way you look. Your face shape will change too if you reduce and then remove the sugars. Realign is for things that, we've tried so hard to reduce it, we tried so hard to remove it, and you just can't, right? There are just some things that you just cannot live without. So you realign yourself in your mindset. You see, why is that particular food so important? It leads to childhood, wonderful, warm memories, and you just don't want to remove that. So you have it occasionally. Maybe set up a time, once a month, or when you achieve a goal that you've been desiring to. Whatever works for you. It's not about limiting yourself. It's about changing your lifestyle to help you create the life that you want, to help you be with the family and your loved ones in the way that you want to be. It's to help you run your business and help all the people that you are catering to in a more. It's to help you show up in life, show up as a leader in the way that you want to. And you start by this, because when you feel good, you do good, right? And when you look good, you have more out showing up and doing the things that you want to do in a more powerful way. So my word of the year is power of you, because it's really the power of you. And it's changes that you make to really show up in that way. Now, as adults, we really don't have anyone to blame. So we have to take the responsibility of our own life and how we want to live now. Whatever's happened has happened. There, like me growing up, I didn't have many of my own. A lot of things were given to me and told that's what I was supposed to do. But now I don't have that constraint anymore. So I can no longer say, I couldn't do this and I couldn't do that because of this. I get to choose from today how I get to live, I get to make. So you can start from today. Make the choices one one choice at a time, one step at a time, so you can really show up, because you know what? Your tribe is waiting for you. And it is not an option for you to not show up and deliver your talents to them and help them through their struggles. If you started a business, if you've made that choice, it's your responsibility to make sure you're in the best health and condition so that you can be there for them. So, the other critical thing is hydration. You can go without food for a while, but you can't go without being hydrated. Dehydration is a number of illnesses that we're having, a lot of chronic illnesses. Recently, I had a flare up of my rheumatoid arthritis after like 15 years, and I couldn't figure out why it's happening because I've worked on so many things and I've resolved a lot of things. So, and last year, I'm so happy to share with you, have started releasing the weight, and I released 40 pounds. And so with that, my body's in a much better condition. So I didn't understand that. The only thing that I could relate to, and then I tested it out, was not drinking enough water. So you're supposed to drink percent of your body weight in ounces. And that's so your body can function at its most efficiency. But if you're exercising, if you're a very active person, if you're a mom and you have kids and you're running around and you know, you need more water. So 50% of your body weight in ounces is just so your body can function. Then I think it's for every hour of exercise, you may want to double check. For every hour of exercise, you should add like an 8 ounce of water. So increase your hydration and add lemon, add ginger, add cucumber, whatever makes you feel good to add that extra taste so you can have it. And then try to have it before like 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening. Have majority of it in the morning. Plan in your day. Set yourself up for success. Bring all of your water into your office, or at least four bottles of water in your office or the place you're working, so it's right there for you. And then during your lunch break, go down to the kitchen and then get another set of water, so you can plan it out where you're consistently drinking, so then you're not up all night going to the bathroom. The other thing I want to talk to you about is skincare. I was just so focused on the food and the water and the hydration, I didn't even consider skincare. So it's very important to see what kind of skincare you're using, because that also affects on how you feel. It does go internally. So make sure that it is, it's a healthier version of skincare. It doesn't have a lot of chemicals that doesn't suit you. um, that is very important too, because I didn't care about my skin care for a long time, and then once I became more conscious about that, I started feeling even more better too. So it makes a huge difference, and it makes it on you. And I think like shampoo, I've had to change my lotions and my creams that I was using over time, because as I'm gonna say it, as you get older, as I've been getting older, your skin type changes, your skin requirements change. The same cream that you've been using forever may not be working at this time. And now we come to movement. Movement is very, very important. Our bodies are not meant to be sitting sedentary like we have been. That's kind of lifestyle we've had years now. So be active as much as you can. Now we have the standing desk. You can stand and work, or set a timer where you're moving every so often, right? So that's why having your water with you and drinking more will make you get up and go to the bathroom so that you can add in your movement in that way. Just even stretching and doing jumping jacks or something will get the blood flowing. So if you have to do a speech, or if you're going to talk to a client, getting that movement in, jumping up and down, Doing jumping jack always really helps. It gets you more present in your body, so you're present with them, and it also gets the excitement, adrenaline going. So then you look really excited to see them as well. And isn't that always great when you show up and the person's really excited to see you, and it shows in their face and in their color? So you're actually helping someone else feel better just by doing that activity. Even daily stretches. It's raining in California quite a bit, and certain parts are even flooding, like San Francisco and Sacramento. I'm in Dublin, so we are getting rain, consistent rain, which is amazing. So during this time, it's been really hard to go out and do exercise. So if you're really courageous, you can go to the gym. If that doesn't stop you, my daughter's been doing really well. She signed up for a gym, and no matter what, she's out there. And yesterday, she came home completely drenched to the socks, but she still went there because of the commitment that she has made to herself. That's the other thing. Commitment is so critical. And that's what we're talking about this whole month, right? Commitment to be in business. You made a commitment to be who you are. Make a commitment this year to yourself. So often as women, we're making commitments to everyone else and we're keeping it. We do make commitments to ourselves too, but we don't take it as seriously. So I request you to take the commitment you've made to yourself extremely seriously. It's a non-negotiable. It is non-negotiable. I used to think if I prioritized myself, it meant that everyone else came. And in the way that I've been raised, that was very difficult. But I realized that's not the case. I'm prioritizing myself and keeping the commitments to myself so that I can be there for my kids. I can be there for my family. I can be there for my clients, and I can put them. And that's the whole point about being healthy, right? If we're not healthy, if we're not taking the time to make sure that our cup is full, when we give from an empty cup, it's going to be frustration, it's going to be irritation, it's going to be anger, it's going to be resentment. And that's not, when your cup is full, you're giving compassion, you're giving love, you're giving understanding, you're giving resourcefulness and resources and that calmness, which is what they need for them to feel grounded. And that is what your clients need as well. So please make that commitment to yourself, and how you eat, how you take care of yourself, how you do your movements are all based on that. I often get asked when I was doing my wellness coaching, Seema, what is the best kind of exercise that I should do? And I always say the one that you do have our favorites. I like to walk because you don't need anything. You just go out there and go. But I would also encourage you to add strength training to it. Weightlifting is very important, especially as you age, because it really helps you keep your balance, your muscle intact, so you can do the things that you want to do. It really gives you a lot of strength. And I'm so glad I was doing that before I went on my trip to India and UK, because you have to lift your suitcases, you have to lift your carry-on, and it's a lot of movement. And I was just doing it so effortlessly. It just felt so good. Generally, before, when I was like, I used to think, I hope someone helps me. I hardly got any help. This time, because I was so confident and I knew I didn't need any help, all these handsome men from everywhere were coming out to help me. So there you go. When you know you can do things for yourself, that's when the help comes for you. So let me know what resonated with you. Type in, what is that you're going to do, and just take one thing. Just reading some of the comments. The power of you. Yes, just take one thing in the food element, in the food section, one thing in the hydration, and one thing in the movement. One thing in each of these, and do for the entire month of January. I'm going to help you with the momentum. And you know, it takes 21 days to make anything a habit. And then do it for a month to really seal that deal in and make sure that you're doing it regularly. And do it from a place of enjoyment, from a place of compassion for yourself, from a place of for you. Because we really need to do that. We really need to love ourselves, and how you take care of yourself really shows other people how to treat you as well. So, thank you for joining me today. I've been trying to keep this really short, like 10 minutes, but I think some conversations need to be a little bit longer. Let me know what resonated. Let me also know what is that one change that you are going to make for the month of January. Let's really harness that energy, the New Year's energy, make the best of it for in this month. How we do things this month and what we do is really going to determine the whole momentum for the year, right? It just needs that 1 month of routine execution every single day, momentum and success for the year. So let's harness that. It is the power of you. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow.